This is a '07 Jeep WK. I had to change the seal. I ended up using a claw hammer to pry it out. I couldn't get it with the screwdriver, and I didn't buy the right seal puller kit. It's just a straight piece of the hook in, like a gaff. I just undid the bottom sway bar link bolt, loosened the top one, took the bottom one out. I think that's 85 foot-pounds, somewhere around that on the bottom one, and I think somewhere around 80 foot-pounds, 70 foot-pounds on the top one. I'll have to put the torque specs in the link. These tie rod end ball joint steering tie rod end ball joint nut 70. I'm pretty sure. This one, it says 2 different torque specs for the upper control arm, and my Shelton's 55 and 70. I've been putting at 70. Zip tied the caliper up, took the reservoir off the brake fluid, and probably with a large screwdriver to open it up, get the caliper off. That Clevis fork bottom bolt's 125. I think last time I just put the top one at 60. I think it calls for 60 foot-pounds at least. And got that seal out. I got a new one. This is the driver's side. It's got little dimples. The passenger side's got it's like a thick gasket looking one with I think the springs in the middle. This is on the inside. Just put this Mobile 1 synthetic grease on it, high temp. And I'm gonna put some on the axles, CV axle shaft. These are GSPs. I had to change them out, and I didn't have the seals, and it ended up leaking from my struts are worn out, and was banging the CV axles into the old gasket there, and was denting it, causing it to misshapen. And the claw hammer worked good on getting the seal out. It's not much room to move it around, but it's enough to get it out. And then, when I put it back together, I'll just put all these bolts and stuff, and just use the jack to lower it. It helped lowering the jack almost all the way to get that Clevis fork bolt out, to where that helped lower it to about a couple inches above where it's at. And then lowering it all the way to get the CV axle out without having to take even more off. And then if you had to take the CV axle out, you might have to take that top Clevis fork bolt out. And I think the strut, and I think it's about 60 foot-pounds minimum on the torque. I'll put the torque specs in the links description. And I got the wrong seal last time. It was just a metal flange looking one with a bigger lip that hangs past. I think it's for the back seal there on the differential. But I'm gonna put this new one in, tap in with a large socket, or slowly around the edges if you don't have a socket big enough or a piece of pipe big enough. And then if it isn't going in, maybe put a little grease around the edge. I just put it on the inside for now. If I'm struggling with it, I'll just put a little grease. And just clean up with a microfiber towel or a paper towel where that new seal's going in. And put it all back together, torque it spec. Put your hub nut on, 100 foot-pounds for the hub nut. Before you put the wheel on, torque it spec. And use a pin punch on the end. Have your cert clip opening at the top on the CV axle before you slide in, or it'll get hung up. And that's it.